Well, I mean, your sonic aesthetic and your visual aesthetic is, quite unique. And I was wondering, how has it been kind of from your own personal projects coming together to make the sound? What kind of influences did you bring in from your past works to get Medicine Boy to what it is?
I think a lot of it came about just purely by the fact that there were only two of us. So
you had to kind of make it work,
Yeah, we still wanted a full band sound. Well, I mean, when I say full band, I mean with the rhythm section and where it come from, both of our bands, the Very Wicked, plus Andre's previous band, plus the Lost Boys, were all 5-piece bands.
Yeah.
So to try and take a bigger sound and put it into two people, I think automatically kind of came up with a sound that surprised us and that we enjoyed and that we explored further.
Yeah, it kind of grew, the initial thing kind of grew very quickly because we were kind of pushing ourselves, because when we started, we were like, we wanted this to move, we want to get going, quick, where previously I'd been in bands where we'd spend a year rehearsing and then recording and then only playing.
Yeah.
So I think initially, I think Lou was going to play a lot more guitar, and then we had the keyboard there, and it kind of, with the one guitar and then the dynamic of the electric organ kind of created this thing, and then it just kind of grew by itself, I think, and yeah, it's fun for me because I've never been the only guitar player in a band. I've always had someone else. So I get to make a lot more noise, which is great.
Yeah. All right, so I mean, how does it work? I mean, you did mention that you come from like 5-piece bands and a lot more people. Do you think that working in a duo has affected your sound? And if so, like how? Positively, negatively?
It's obviously, the limitations are, in a way, a lot more, but in another way, also less, because you can do just the logistics of having 2 people instead of 5 people. I mean, there's no way we would have been able to do this tour with 5 people. That's just the way it is. And but obviously, there are limitations. I mean, I love working with a band. I love playing with a bunch of people and exchanging ideas and whatever. That being said, I have done that for 8 years before this started. So this is really fun to kind of think how you're going to make it work. It's really frustrating sometimes as well, because I have this idea, but there's no way I can do it with 2 people. But kind of the fun and often the creative spark is in trying to do it, and then maybe it kind of results in something different than you expected that you end up using. And Lou often has to multitask quite a bit. You got to be singing one thing and playing keys with one thing and hitting the drum with one thing. So I think it's been cool also to
stretch
learn
ourselves a bit.
Yeah, to learn some new things and to push ourselves and not just be strumming a couple of chords in the background. You gotta work.
Nice. Well, tell me, what are you guys getting up to? I hear that there is an album coming soon. How is that going, and what are your plans?
Not too soon, actually. We're starting working on it now, but we plan to do it really, explore it very fully and do it properly. We've always done it properly, but I think we've often felt the need to rush.
Yeah.
And so it's not going to be for a while, but when it arrives, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
All right. And do you think maybe your tour has maybe influenced kind of the sound? Is it going to be quite similar to your previous EP, or are you looking to explore a little bit more different sounds than you have before?
There'll be some different stuff in there. I think there were kind of both. It's sort of ideas in us and feelings in us that kind of, when we on the tour, seeing other artists that we love and whatever, kind of came to the forefront. I know for me, at least, like there's, just these things that suddenly that hadn't quite occurred to me that I wanted to explore, and I haven't quite figured out how yet or exactly what part of it. But I think the album will definitely have, it'll have a whole bunch of different things in there, I guess. But I guess we haven't really, as the two of us, kind of carved a style for ourselves anyway. I don't think. I think there's definitely a sort of, I think we've managed to kind of get hold of something that's sort of a little bit unique maybe, and kind of not a lot of people are doing, but there's a bunch of other ideas to kind of explore and ways to go. And we don't kind of, want to limit ourselves to kind of saying we're just going to make this kind of thing, you know. Basically what I'm trying to say is we have no idea.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Well, can you let us know if you've got upcoming performances coming and if there's any way that we could follow you on social media?
Yeah, is it in 2 weekends' time?
Yeah, just a little bit more. The
first weekend of September.
3rd of September.
Psych Night have their Inner City Psych Fest.
Nice.
And that's our first proper show since getting back.
That's our first full show back. And there are going to be some surprises.
Nice.
We're very excited to play again.
Yeah, and then in October we're doing a residency at House of Machines every Friday.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I think Facebook and Twitter is the easiest.
Yeah.
Facebook actually is really the easiest.
And that
way.
is Medicine Boy.
Just Medicine Boy. Yeah. We're doing a bit of a stint up in Johannesburg in September as well.
Yes.
Pretoria as well. But other than that, we're actually going to try. It's very difficult to actually. It's one of the things that we found around this time last year, actually, about just this time to the end, that you tend to just overbook yourself, and so we're going to kind of try not to do that again, so we can put a lot of focus onto making this album. You know,
Fantastic.
starting to at least.
All right. Well, you've heard it here first. There's a lot to expect from Medicine Boy. If you would like to comment on anything in this video or find out more about Medicine Boy, let us know in the comment section below.